Well, good morning, everybody. I'm not one for doing videos, but I got inspired by everybody else's video to get ideas on how to set up my work trailer. I'll start off again, like so many others, by giving a nod to Ron Polk. Got his plans, and they're incredible. Absolutely fantastic plans to start building out a trailer. I also got a lot of ideas from other guys as well. So thank you from them. I'll open up the back here in a second, but just to show you, we have a 7x12 tandem axle, and this is a tapered front. Picked it up in North Carolina from TRT Trailers in Lincolnton. It's a Freedom trailer. Probably not the most top-end line trailer that you can buy, but for what I need it for, and for however long I'm going to be using it, it will suffice until I get a better one, possibly. But we'll go in here and take a look. I'm not completely done, but I have a good start. Drop that down. Okay. So you can already see that I got some Ron Polk designed ideas here. I got tired of, I had all my tools in bags, which worked for many years. You know, it was nice. I had a bag for every hand tool that you can have and all the accessories that were in it. It got to a point though in my old trailer that every time I was trying to find something, I was just digging through bags. And yeah, I got a helicopter instruction place near me here, so we get a lot of helicopters. And it got really difficult going through the bags and trying to find what I needed. So we got rid of all the bags and ended up putting in, you know, as Ron did there, and so many others, nice compartments to hold everything. I'm going to have to make additional compartments. This whole area here is just temporary until I could build out the rest of it here. Right now I have it, you know, just holding some cheap horses and some trim and casing work. But I'm actually that I need that. So whatever I build in here, I think I'm going to do some more compartments. I think I'm pretty good on drawers, but I'm going to keep a little channel there just to hold trim work and casing and whatnot. Some other things that I did here is this whole chest of drawers here is 8 foot long, which is perfect for me to lay full sheets when I have to grab them. I get to grab full sheets. I have little tie downs here on the front and back and side of that, so they can get strapped and held into place until you get to the job site. Just picked up some little flat stock aluminum, blocked it out a little tiny bit. I was always tired of trying to find tape measures, and want to keep them in an easy access spot, as well as any type of you know, squares and tri-squares. Like so many of us, we have multiples of everything because we can't find something, so what do? You go out and you buy another one. But these are just little blocks, you know, with little slots cut in them. These are held at an angle. I had them at a little less of an angle. Went out to a job, came back, and half of the tri-squares are on the ground. Gave them a little bit more of a pitch. They hold in quite well. Yes, my square holders are not of the prettiest construction. but they suffice. They're good enough. I did the same thing here with the framing square. You know, it's just a little slot that holds into, and I get to pull that out. I did the same thing with the drywall square along the long boxes. If you were debating on whether or not to get long boxes, man, build the long boxes. These things are fantastic for holding all those goofy, you know, stuff that ends up getting in your way in a trailer. I was tired of crawling over stuff, and I wanted a place that I could put everything and I don't have to go tripping over it all. These boxes here are a little bit over 6 foot long. I didn't make the little case for levels. I just throw my levels in here and that works just fine for me. I did leave this set of drawers a little bit further out so I could keep a sheet of wood. I could keep 4 foot by 5 foot sheets in there. If I need full sheets, again, I just put them up against the side of the drawers until I get to, but that's just a great place to keep, you know, extra stuff there to hold that into place. I did the, you know, passive lock system on the drawers, which worked great. And I didn't do Ron's little thing, but I did take off of another gentleman who did the little trick with the screws to hold them into place, and that works fantastic. You know, spaced out the drawer to keep certain things in certain spots here. Well, my plumbing drawer to keep, you know, one of multiple, to keep certain things in their place and easier to find and to access. These drawers are really strong. That's a lot of weight in here, and it holds it, you know, just fine. I haven't done it to all of them, as you see. I still have, you know, my PEX crimp and everything else still floating around. I even have, you know, a little BX cutter that's in the wrong spot here yet. As you can see, I'm not completely done. Little fitting box. With PEX copper, CPVC, whatever. But just, you know, channeled them all out. It worked out just fine. Get the bigger boxes to hold all their things, you know. Again, nice electrical box just to hold extra devices, boxes, plates, breakers, whatever the case may be. Did that to a number of these. There's certainly a lot of drawer space. I will get it all situated here eventually. There's still many things I need to do here yet. I have yet to run power in here yet. I'm not done building it, so I'm going to wait until I'm done building it, and then I will run the power. Have some nice deep drawers, or little cubby holes to hold caulking, whatever. You know, WD-40s, cans, whatever. I haven't had these drawers set up, these guys here, what I'm going to use them for yet. Right now I just have them holding, you know, I don't have any of my hoses hung yet. I don't have the electric hung yet. I'm still scratching my head on how I want to lay that out. I think another thing that I saw, not from Ron, but from somebody else, was, maybe it was Ron or maybe it was somebody else's, and it is essential, it is the broom closet. So I built out a nice little broom closet, hold brooms, built it a little wider so that it can hold my buckets, get them out of the floor space so I can move around and walk around and get to what I need. Some shelving. I haven't built the blocks for them yet to hold them into place, but I'll be able to keep all my cleaning stuff and everything all in here, and that's just fantastic. One thing I did take from somebody else was the whole ladder deal. which is great. I built, it's essentially the same thing. It's a big wad of wood with some chucks in it to hold my 4-foot. I get to pull this guy out, pull out my 6-foot, and now I just have the little block. Just built it out, grabbed scrap, you know, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but you know what? It works. Is it something I would put in a customer's house? No, I'd make it a little nicer, but for my trailer, it's nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. It just has a little catch for the 6, and then off of the front, a catch for the 4-foot. I get to just take this guy, drop her right in there. This alone isn't going to go anywhere. Drop the 4 in, and that's not going anywhere. So that was fantastic. Again, it's a tapered front, not a V-nose. You know, I'm going to have to put some extra supports in this top shelf here. I tried to make it as tall as I could, but I needed to fit a couple other things, such as the saw cart, the miter saw cart. I have my table saw cart. You know, and I've always had one of these workbenches here, and they are indispensable to me. I use it all the time. Brother bought that for me years ago for Christmas, and it's been with me for probably 15 years. But I did a little, you know, twist lock to hold these into place. You know, that will pop right out. It's sitting on. Alright, we're back to here. This might be a cut point. I don't know why. I was shooting the video, got this far, and the camera stopped. The video stopped. I think I was shown that I just have this locking system in here to hold, you know, little Job Max table, which is, again, essential. I use it all the time. For the miter saw stand, I picked up this rigid. By the way, in case you guys are looking for one, this thing is great. I haven't had, it's the only one I've ever had. So maybe one other, you know, think that others are better. I don't know. Maybe they are, but this thing does exactly what I needed to do. It's easy to roll in and out. I put in, again, a little lock, turn lock key, to keep it into place. Doesn't go anywhere. I have those on this to keep, so that I keep a good shelf space. I had on there, on my, this is my table saw stand. I got the DeWalt one for that, and this is great. This works just fine. But I had a different, I had this on the miter saw lock, and all this is just a block. It's hard to do with one hand. This plops out, and now I can pull, you know, pull my saw out. It's just a little slot in this block. Just gets to slide in there. Goes over the front of my saw here, and there we go. Give it a little push. That runs down the front of it there, and now this isn't going anywhere. I had that on the miter saw, but having to lift that block up created an issue with my shelf height. That little turnkey gives me a little bit more height, you know, from top to bottom here. It left me with about like 13-14 inches, which is just fine. Holds just some extra stuff. Again, none of this is really set up right. I'm probably not going to be keeping, you know, the tarps there, or that, you know, some of that extra painting stuff. Still have to hang the fire extinguisher. Always keep a fire extinguisher. In this space down here, again, I haven't unpacked everything, so I still, you know, I got rid of the plastic cases are great. I don't know how many I had, like 8 or 9 of them. They're all gone. They're all in here now. So I got rid of them. I still have some to get rid of. I have to get the a tongue box so that I could keep. I'd like to keep my jacks, pump jack, jack stands, stuff like that in there to get that out of here. But in this location here, I liked one of the guys found. I saw the 4-roller grommet to put in the floor for hoses and for power cords. So I'm going to be getting a couple of them to set up the compressor and power feed off of rollers and stuff off of this corner here, as well as building my power station to keep stuff charged and to give juice to the trailer while on the job site, and at the end of the day, get home, plug the trailer in and keep stuff charged. Nobody loves getting on a job site and you pull out your drill and you have no juice. It's a terrible thing. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else of importance that I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, yes. Ron got that nice lightweight plywood through his resources and stuff. I did not have that at my disposal at the time when I needed to get this built. But I didn't want it to be done with just regular old plywood, which there is some of that in here. Here's regular old sanded plywood right here. The rest of this is all built with sanded birch. The sanded birch 3/4 is vastly more expensive. However, more plies, and it seems to be a lot lighter. My brother in our workshop in the background. But it's so much lighter. This one little tiny box here, this 4-shelf unit right here, weighed more than this whole deal here holding, this box, vacuum, and everything else. It weighed more than that. Just that one box. This is just so much lighter to use the sanded birch. Yes, it was probably, $600 worth of sanded birch to get this all built, but well worth every penny of it. Much, much better layout. It also helps, as you can see in the background, having, a nice little workshop that I have, so that we got any tool that we need for that, as far as miter saws and table saws and band saws and drill presses and planers and whatever. We have that all set up. By the way, and you'll see this online as well, great idea for your shop. Maybe not your mobile shop, because it can get a little weight to it, but having everything doing your walls in your shop in French cleat, making your own French cleats and making your own hangers and stuff for everything is a great way to go. We're so glad that we did this. You just do a little French cleat deal on that. So now you want to move something somewhere, you can move it to wherever you want. That worked out great there. Yeah, somewhere under here is, not a single screw in it. Pegged workbench. I think it's like an 18th century design. You see it on a lot of videos. A lot of guys have built that. My first attempts, well, I think second attempts at a bandsaw box. But haven't finished it. It's been floating now in the shop here unfinished now for over a month and a half. Just haven't had the opportunity to really get down and sand it and finish it all off. But she's coming along. Looks pretty neat. Has some exotic, you know, woods in it there. Lignum vite, some bloodwood, and I think I have some walnut, and I forget what else. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. Again, long drawers, you need them, guys. Get the long drawers. Other things that I have, you know, again, some of the tools were a little bit too, you know, framing gun, a little bit too big for the shelves. I'm probably gonna find a better place, you know, for clamps that I have in here. You know, still floating in here is you know, closet auger, floor rollers. I got a tripod light stand in there. You know, all sorts of just different things could go in here. Little cart breaker bars, demo tools, whatnot. They all fit in these drawers, and it gets them. I'm sure you're all running into the same thing. They get in the way. Where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put that? You know, you're tripping over stuff, and it gets annoying. You build something like this, and take the time. And yes, it does take some time to do it. But you know, those drawers took just those drawers. You know, and that whole the whole drawer setup, I think, was like 3 days to get that all built and in place. It took a while, but man, is it worth it. So hopefully maybe you saw one or two things in here that may have given you an idea. I'll do another video when I have everything completely outfitted the way that I want it, which is probably going to be never. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, or if you have any questions, I'm sure there's a link or something that I'm going to have on this that you can give me a shout, and we can pass ideas off to each other. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great day, because it sure is a beautiful day out here today in North Carolina.